You know what? For me, I think like this kid right here, number 2. I don't know what his name is.
Paul McNeil.
Yeah, see, Paul McNeil, he reminds me of, I'm a taller version of him, I believe, but.
DMV Hoop Session, highlighting the best high school basketball in the DMV. Powered by the Scholar Athlete Sports Network, SASN.TV. DMV Hoop Session presents the 2024 Capital Classic National Allstars versus the Capital Allstars All-Star Game.
Top 20 kids that was in the country would come here and play against us, and and go home with that L. So we always had the best players. They always came from here, and so it's good to have this come back and so that the community can see that.
Yeah. And you mentioned some of the players. Sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead.
I was able to pull up the box score, and a name
Yes.
people might remember from the 1988 Capital Classic,
Yes.
Christian Leitner.
Yes, Christian Leitner. Yes.
What would you remember? Anything going up against that?
Man, I don't remember Christian Leitner in high school, man, but in college, I remember going against him every year, man. So, it was great times to compete at that level and play against that level of player. It really prepared me to be able to play in the NBA. And so, back in those days, ACC, it was the top conference in basketball. So it was a lot of NBA players there. So it was a great experience.
And I can only imagine just with the rosters that were on that 88, in that 88 game. And speaking of just rosters and players, do you see any of the players right now that kind of reminds you of a younger you on the Capital team or on the United States team that kind of saying like, man, I wish I was playing this game, but there's a reincarnate in me?
You know what? For me, I think like this kid right here, number 2. I don't know what his name is.
Paul McNeil.
Yeah, see, Paul McNeil, he reminds me of, I'm a taller version of him, I believe, but he's not a real quick guy. He's semi-athletic, nice hesitation, shoot that thing, highly skilled, and he played with a lot of poise. That's the way I played the game as well.
So one of the things that I've been really impressed with today is Peyton Marshall. He's the big on the U.S. team when he was stepping out to shoot those threes. What do you think about the evolution of the big man today?
Well, yeah, man, he reminded me of Big Boy from NC State, man, Hey, listen.
DJ Burns revolution.
Yeah, so it wasn't just spot-ups. I mean, off the dribble, step-back threes, really going to the basket strong. So that's the part that the guys don't get. You can't stand out, even though you can shoot threes, because I could shoot threes, but I was a kid in my senior year in college. I averaged 27 a game, and the reason why I was able to do that is because not only did I shoot threes, but I got those easy twos, and that's what I see. That's what I see in a big guy. He knows how to use his body. He gets those. He got that bully game, but he also can shoot that three. So he's a guy that can put up numbers for sure.
No, and I mean, you're absolutely right. I see DJ Burns. I see a little bit of Boogie Cousins just with his footwork and the movement. Peyton Marshall reminds me of a prototypical SEC player. Like, he's like just those big guys that are athletic that, hey, I could probably play 3 or more positions, but I'm going to play the center.
Yeah, it's good for a guy like him because when you have big guys like that can play around the basket, you force teams to have to guard you with a traditional big or a guy that's physical. And then most times when you can take that same guy and make him defend you away from the basket, you tend to be able to take advantage of him. So it's good that he's a well-rounded player.
All right, so we have the second half coming up, the third quarter just about to start. Well, thank you so much for the time today.
Great
We really
to see you
appreciate
guys,
it.
so much.
man.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
no doubt,
much.
brother. All right, now.
DMV Hoop Session, highlighting the best high school basketball in the DMV. Powered by the Scholar Athlete Sports Network, SASN.TV.